morning, each and every one. We're halfway through January. Can you believe it? I'm Bill the Geek, and we're broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos and presentations about the joys of living in Mexico. Thanks, everyone, for joining us live here this wonderful Saturday morning. It's 10 a.m. Central Time. We've got electricity. We have wonderful internet this morning. All the equipment seems to be working. We got both cameras all set up, ready to go. We got people in the house asking appropriate questions this morning, and we're going to have a good time. I got a bunch of video clips and images to share with you, and let me go over here and see who's in and who's out and who's asking what. Like, welcome Beverly. What's going on here? Welcome Beverly Davis. Woohoo! Mexico is getting expensive for U.S. retirees, especially for women on limited income. Can you suggest some affordable, safe areas? We're going to talk about that. Speaking of that, I'm going to get right down to it. I just did a video yesterday about the new financial requirements to get into Mexico. I'll be putting that video. It's in the can. The video is ready to go. And I'm going to show you some of the highlights of that video in a couple of minutes. I'm going to put that up like around 10 and 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. It's all ready to go. Thank you for that great question. We have Jacqueline, who I think is in GDL, Guadalajara right now. She got her coffee. She's ready to go. Yep, we're going to talk about that. And what the heck? Who the hell is this? It's Rob from Reina del Mar Bed and Breakfast, the best bed and breakfast in Mazatlan. It's right smack dab in the middle of El Centro. Rob gives a fantastic tour. I've taken his tour 2 times. It's a 6-day tour. He shows you everything that is valuable in Mazatlan. Great food. You go to Stone Island, all kinds of places. Hang out at his swimming pool in his fabulous building, half a block away from the Malecon and the ocean. Great to see you here, Rob, with Rob's Reina del Mar Airbnb. And if you want to visit Rob, just go to buildthegeek.org, click on FAQs, and you will see all the information to contact him at the very top of the FAQs page. Great to see you in the house, Rob. Matt, Feliz Sábado, everyone logged in from Ajijic. Woo! It's funny, man. You guys, you got my subscribers are hilarious, but Ajijic, Matt, great to see you. Feliz Sábado. That means happy Saturday for those of you that don't speak Mexicano muy bien, pero gracias. Oh, JJ in the house. Horrible weather here in Chicago. You're very lucky. You're very lucky, Bill. Yes, I am. It's about right now. If you do a weather search for Mazatlan, you'll see that for the next 10 days, it's going to be about 53 every night. It's going to be about 82 degrees every day. Right now, there's not a cloud in the sky. We haven't had rain for about, I think, a couple of months now. The weather is fabulous. There's zero humidity right now. I got to wear a hoodie. The Canadians in my building, they're walking around in T-shirts and shorts. It's a little too chilly for me. I wear sweatpants and a hoodie everywhere I go. Norma Cruz, good morning from Houston. Verlaine, good morning. Verlaine, I got to give you a call. Here shortly. I've got your phone number in my email list. And because once the 21st of January hits, Verlaine, Then I'm going to plan my trip to La Paz. And I just want to ask you some questions about some of the surrounding cities. And look who has shown up in the house. None other. I didn't mean to click that button. How do I do this? None other than Brian, Pretty Boy, Maiden. We just sent a bunch of emails back and forth. I believe that Brian is in Puerto Vallarta right now, and he's headed to Mazatlan. I think he's going to show up on the 15th of January. And we've already set up a date for next Wednesday. Brian and I, depending on how much he can walk around, he's got a broken toe. But we're going to meet, and we're going to go. He's got an Airbnb all lined up. I'm going to meet him at his Airbnb. Then we're going to go to Fish Ladies. That's where you buy your fresh shrimp right off the street. You take it to the restaurant across the street from there, and they fix it up any way you want. And I have a couple of other places to take Brian that has the most fabulous views of Mazatlan. And then we're going to drink beer. We're going to eat great food and drink cold beer. I hope you're ready, Pretty Boy Brian Maiden. Get ready to rock. Hey, Bill, 91 degrees here today in Mexico. There you go. Deep Think Now is in the house, -9. That's funny. That's funny. I've it's been a long time since I've been to -9. I've been to, Deep Think Now, I have been in Nebraska doing business years ago, and it was 40 below zero in Nebraska. Woo, it gets cold in Nebraska. Woohoo! Thank you for letting us know that you're here. And Coco Mango in the house. Hola, Coco Mango. She thinks, so she speaks. That name is fabulous. I'd like to talk to you just to see what you think about and what you speak about. Good morning, Bill, and everyone. So glad I got residency in 2022 before the increases. We're going to get right to that in a second. Mary Jane freezing my doodle-loop off in Denver. Good morning, you all. And even Miss Sam has shown up this morning. Katrina the Maker is in the house. Glad to see you here. And Liston Henry. Good morning, Bill. It's a beautiful Saturday. Hope it is well for you. Sounds great and looking well. Brian Maiden, I already asked a beautiful lady. Whoa, Brian Maiden, right on, man. Be careful. These women want your money down here. But you know, if you willing to pay, then they're willing to play. But just be careful. Don't give them no account numbers. Nothing like that. Miriam, my neighbor Miriam downstairs on the corner. Thanks for showing up, Miriam. Jack Webb coming to you. Jack Webb. My subscribers get around, man. You never know where the heck they are. Jack Webb, is that your permanent move? Are you here forever now? Are you done with Hazard in Lexington, Kentucky? Let us know. Michael is in the house. Good morning. Hope your day is amazing. Yes, now that you and all of my family has showed up, it can. I don't see how it can get much better now. Yeah, the weather is fabulous here. Everything's fabulous. Mexico is a wonderful place to live. I have so much to share with you guys today, but first I want to get down with some more hellos. Lenora Wilson, hello, Lenora. Axel Foley is in the house. Buenos dias. And Buenos dias, for you guys that don't know, means howdy. Howdy, yee-hoo, howdy. Buenos dias. And Janice Scott, happy Saturday from windy North Florida. Okay, Jack Webb, final step in my immigration, meeting Alvaro at the immigration office in Chapala, on this coming Tuesday. And Jack Webb, and for those of you that don't know, oh, I have so much to say this morning, man. Wow. For those of you that don't know, Alvaro is my immigration attorney. His office is in Guadalajara, but he goes to Ajijic once a week, and he goes to a place called the Lake Chapala Society. And if you go to Ajijic, you have to go to the Lake Chapala Society. You can meet a bunch of expats there. They have like a library of books and videos there. They have all kinds of information about living in the Ajijic Chapala area. But Jack Webb, where you are going in Chapala to the immigration office, that's where I got I met Alvaro there to get my permanent visa. It's a very quaint little office, and the people were very friendly there. And I remember getting my permanent visa, and the lady that gave me, the Mexican lady behind the counter that gave me my permanent visa, she gave me a big smile, and she said, "Notice there's no renewal date on it." I don't remember if she said that in Spanish or in English, but that's what she said. But yeah, I've been there. Jack Webb, I've been there. I'm with you. It's a great experience. Jacqueline, another beautiful day in GDL, and GDL is Guadalajara. John, Toronto, Canada, welcome. Bill, what attracted you to Morelia? Okay. And first, let me go down here. And Ms. Sam, Feliz Sábado to everyone. Feliz Sábado. That means happy Saturday. What attracted me to Morelia? Wow, people are asking questions here this morning. So let's answer some questions. First of all, if you are new here, ask any questions you would like, make any statements that you would like. We're all a big family here. I'm here every Saturday just to talk about the joys of living in Mexico. We can talk about immigration, places to live, how to find an apartment, how to buy a house. We did an interview with Katie Ibarra last week. I put up her video about that house from last weekend. I put that video up, I think, a Monday. But we can talk about the weather, beaches, food. But if you're new here, first of all, click the subscribe button. And secondly, after you click the subscribe button, click the like button, and then click the donate button. Donate some cash if you like this information that's flowing through. So if you're new, welcome. And we're one big family here. There are no stupid questions. But let me say this. To answer Axel Foley's question, some people may not even know where Morelia is. And I'm so proud of myself that I got this map all booted up. I've been doing this lately. You can see Mazatlan right there, but we're going to zoom out. And people kept telling me about Morelia, and how fabulous it was. So you can see over here where Mazatlan is, right there. And that's the beach. I think that's right down the street from Rob's Reina del Mar bed and breakfast. But you can see Morelia right here. And that's about a 12 or 13-hour bus ride from Mazatlan. But Mazatlan was so hot and humid. And I kept hearing about Morelia, people talking about Morelia. And so I just went there. And I had been to Guanajuato, which is right over here, Guanajuato. I had been to Leon, and Leon is right over here. I think that's about an hour and a half from Morelia. And so I went to visit Morelia, and I just I mean, to be really honest, I just fell in love with Morelia. I walked around El Centro, at the plaza, the parks there. I went to some restaurants on the plaza, and it was just so peaceful, and the people were so friendly. And I checked out cost of living there and cost of apartments compared to other cities like Guanajuato, other places, and the prices were right. I just fell in love. Also, Morelia is inland, meaning, oh, I was there in August. I was there in August. I think I got there August 15th. And when I left the hotel, with all my camera equipment and everything and walked outside, it was chilly on August 15th. I had to go back into the hotel, put on 2 hoodies, and then after I put on 2 hoodies, I was okay. But by 10:30, it was 72 degrees. That day it went up to 85 degrees. There was no humidity compared to being in Mazatlan, where it was so hot and humid, you couldn't even go outside. So the affordability, Morelia is a big city. They have a lot of businesses there. They have many universities there. So there are a lot of young people there. When I go to places, I want to be the only old person. I want to be the oldest person. And I just want to hang out with your young students. Yeah, I want to be like Brian Pretty Boy Maiden, just out meeting women, women asking me to marry him and stuff. And they're all like, 35, 40 years old. They're like college professors. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So Morelia is all of that and a bag of chips. For me, it's fabulous. So, okay, so I'm talking a bit too much now. Okay, William Mustache Stoneman. Buenos dias, they say la Soledad Sayulita. I think that means hi. From Sayulita, and Sayulita, let's go back to the map. Sayulita is, I'm going to say, one of my favorite places in Mexico. And you can see it right here on the map. Here's Puerto Vallarta, way up here at the top of the map. There's Mazatlan up there. This is about a 5-hour bus ride from Mazatlan to Puerto Vallarta. I've done that trip on the bus. And Sayulita, where William Mustache Stoneman is, here it is. Here's Sayulita, and it's only actually, Sayulita is 13 miles from Puerto Vallarta, but it takes about 40 minutes to get there on the bus, just because of all of the traffic and everything. But Sayulita is one of my favorite places in Mexico. It is totally different than Puerto Vallarta as far as the visitors that go there. It's an international town, and it is a party place. If you want to go there when it's cold outside where you live, just go to Sayulita. You can party your butt off. You don't see any you see a lot of young people, a lot of young single people. They there to get it on. But whatever. Jack Webb Bill, on our very first trip to Ajijic, I saw a woman who looked familiar. I said to her that I think you went to pharmacy school with her. Sure enough, I was right. She's already retired and lives here in Ajijic. I tell you what, you never know. In Mexico, you never know who you're going to run into. And let me give a super sticker shout out to Jacqueline in GDL Guadalajara for contributing to the channel. That's how we buy equipment, make trips, eat tacos, buy Modelo Especial, and stuff like that. Thank you so much. We got 47 people in the house and 21 likes. We got some some dollarinis and contributions coming in. Red Wing, Bill Dallas Lewis is my hero. He inspired me to move to Rocky Point, Mexico. Cool, south of Arizona. This coming May, right on. I'm telling you, hey, it's like what they say about white women that date black guys. Once you go black, you never go back. That's what they say. I'm just saying what they say. But once you go to Mexico, you never go back to the United States. I got a message. I got a message a couple of days ago from this lady, and she says, I'm scared. I'm scared to go to Mexico. I could never go there. I could never live there. I'm scared. And I sent her a message back. I said, I'm scared. No, she said, I'm scared to go to Mexico. I could never live there. So I sent her a message back. It said, I'm scared to go to the United States. I could never live there. Once you go to Mexico, you'll become a Mexico ho. Your whole life will change. All your stress will go away. It's a fabulous experience. Okay, now. Okay, Bill, how did you get to be so cool? It took years and years of training. I tell you what kicked off my coolness was when I was in 6th grade. My family went to a drive-in movie, and we saw the movie To Sir with Love with Sidney Poitier. And in this movie, he was cool, and I think he was a school teacher in the movie, and all the kids loved him. All the adults loved him. He had all the women. And so I've always been a reader. So I was in 6th grade, and I bought a book on how to be popular. And that's what the book was. And I read the book, and so I started doing what the book said, and I got to be popular. All of a sudden, I was president of the 6th grade, and it just carried on. So thank you very much, Matt. I do what I can with what I got. Michael, super sticker. Thank you for contributing to the channel. Every dollar helps out. Yes, thank you, Jacqueline. Click that like button. Okay. Oh, Bill, do you remember why you decided to leave Ahihic? Well, I tell you, Ahihic is fabulous. I mean, they have so much food there. The music, and it's if you like any kind of music, you have a bunch of retired Canadians and Americans that can jam. I mean, you can hear music like almost every night, and it's good. Those musicians in Ahihic kick butt. They're all retired. They jam. They got young people too. They even have young Mexican groups that can play all the American stuff, sing all the American stuff in English. You would think that they were the American artists, but Ahihic was fabulous. But there was just too many retirees there for me. Like I said, I'm going to, too many retirees. For me, too many Canadians, too many Americans. And I came to Mexico to live in Mexico. That's why I'm moving to Morelia. And just to be around and live really immersed in the Mexican culture, where I am like one of the oldest people there. I don't want to be around a bunch of people that are like 80 years old. Like in Ahihic, you go to a restaurant, and everybody in the restaurant has gray hair. I'm sorry. That's just not for me. I want to be around the young Mexican college professors. Also, my ex is in Ahihic, and Ahihic is too small for that. Okay. Well, I haven't even got to my list of stuff. Lenora Picky Girl Travels, the World Channel, mentioned you on Friday. That's funny. how she saw your video on how fast you were able to find an apartment quickly. Okay, now let's talk about that. Picky Girl Travels. I've never heard of that. That's funny. I'll leave that up. Okay, so this week, Thursday morning, I put up a video on how I found my apartment in 10 hours. And that's about how long it took. And the method that I use, I just put that up Thursday. I got like 2,400 views on that video. It's only been a day and a half. That video has kicked butt. And the great thing about what I do is I really do try to help people. I have a master's degree in social work, and I guess I'm just doing my Mexico social work thing down here. But some guy watched the video, and he was looking for an apartment in Tijuana. I don't know who'd want to live in Tijuana, but he said, thank you for the video. He had been looking for an apartment in Tijuana for 2 weeks on Craigslist. And he said, what a waste of time. I watched your video, followed your instructions. I posted the type of apartment I wanted on Facebook. And he said within hours, he had 5 offers for the prices that he was looking for. So I just put that video up this week. And it did very well, and I hope I'm helping people. So let's move on. I got a lot to cover here. Ms. Sam, I will be moving to Morelia from the United States in March for good. The first time I visited Mexico, I cried. As a Black American female, I felt the love, freedom, and humanity. And going back to Axel Foley's question, well, why did you pick Morelia? Morelia just has this vibe to it. And like Miss Sam is saying, I just felt it. I felt the love, the freedom, and the humanity there. That's why I just picked up the vibe. Tom, great music scene in Ajijic. Elmo is a singer there with a lot of the groups. Also great mariachi. It is Jalisco. I'm really not into mariachi at all. But anyway, thank you very much, Tom. We have 55 people in the house and 28 likes. Let me get to some stuff here. And since people are talking about it, yep, the prices for I'm putting up this video tomorrow. I'm going to talk about the 6 types of immigration visas you can get. And that's not all you can get. You can get like student visas. If you're married, and there are ways to get your spouse in. You can get a visa if you have a relative that is a Mexican, or if you can connect with a Mexican resident. I don't talk about that, but I do talk about the 1, 2, 3, and 4 year visa and the permanent visa. And I talk about the 180-day visa. I talk about the special regularization program, where you can get in and bypass a lot of the financial requirements. That shows up at the end of the video. I will put up that video tomorrow. But right now they just came out, and at the beginning of every year, I put up a video about immigration. And the title of this video is Mexico Immigration 2024. So this year, like most people start out with a 1-year visa, but for any of those 1, 2, 3, or 4 year visas, you need to have 6 months of financial statements proving that your income is $3,500 a month to $4,700 a month. Let me say, you can read it. It's right there, but $3,500 a month, that's 36 grand. That's like 40 grand a year or 50 grand a year. And those prices, well, why why do the prices, what I mean, uh, uh, I mean, what's the price differential? Well, it's because it depends on what consulate you go to in the United States. When I got all of my visas, I got them done right here in Mexico. I didn't have to go to a United States consulate to get it done. Then they changed that. And as you go from consulate to consulate to consulate in the United States, the prices vary. I don't know why. How can that vary? It's like buying an airplane ticket. You know what? Or a bus ticket. If you're going from New York to Los Angeles, I mean, and you buy the ticket in Boston, the price is the same. If you buy the bus ticket in Hazard, Kentucky to go to from you know what, the price is the same, but these prices vary. I don't know why. So you can shop around. You can shop around. You don't have to go to the consulate where you live. It may be worth it for you just to find an inexpensive consulate location and go there. But anyway, to get a permanent visa, oh no, the temporary visa, if either you have to show them you're making that money monthly over a 6-month period, or you have to have $56,000 to $76,000 in the bank or somewhere that you can prove the money is there. For what it's worth, you're going to hand over some financial statements. The last time I handed over financial statements to the Mexican government, they were in English, and they charged me like $200 to translate the English documents into Spanish. So I've never asked this before, but ask your financial institution if they can print that stuff out in Spanish. So you save a couple of $100. Now, okay, now let's talk about the permanent visa. This is gonna, if you're not sitting down, sit down, because what I'm going to show you now is shocking. It's going to be shocking. Here we go. To get your permanent visa. To get your permanent visa, you need 6 months of statements showing that you're making $5,000 to $8,000 per month. Now, I know all of my subscribers have that income. That ain't no problem. You all are what, 5,000, $60,000 a year, or like 96 grand. I know all of my subscribers are making that big money. And if you don't have that retirement money, or you're not working online and making like 60 grand to 98 grand, well, you don't, that no problem, because if you can just show them that you have 200,000 to 300,000 in some financial institution, you're cool. You can get in. You're in. I know that all of my subscribers have $200,000 to $300,000 in the bank. I know everybody got that. Who ain't got that kind of money? Who ain't got, shoot, that's chump change. Who ain't got $200,000 to $300,000? So this video is going up tomorrow, and at the end of the video, I talk about the special regularization program, where how you can get like a 6-day visa, let it expire, and if you have visited Mexico before, that's a big thing. Let's see. Oh yeah, and your visa has expired, then you can get in on the special regularization program with no proof of any financial income or any cash in the bank. So I'll put that video up tomorrow around 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So check it out. I hope that information helps somebody. Let me go back to comments and see what's going on. over here. There you go. Tom M. Yeah, Tom M. Great music scene. That's so true. Terry Don Marshall is in the house. And Terry Don, you sent me that information about the podcast. I got the information. We don't have a date set up, so let me know. Miriam, listen, folks, hit the like button as soon as you come to this channel. I know sometimes we forget, so go back and check it if you click the like button. Thank Miriam. That's my neighbor. Thank you very much, Miriam. I appreciate your support. Jack Webb, Alvaro asked which consulate we preferred. And when we told him Indianapolis, he said he really liked that one. He said they were easy to work with. Now, this, what Jack Webb is saying here is very important. I've talked to people that go to a consulate in one city, and one person just said, well, they didn't speak English and they were rude, or they did speak English but they were rude. If that happens, you can contact a totally different consulate, and Albaro works with all of them. Albaro is excellent. I've been working with Albaro for about 10 years now. Hundreds of my subscribers have gotten visas through Albaro. So if you go to buildthegeek.org, click on FAQs, and scroll down to down that page on the FAQs page, you'll see my immigration attorney, and you'll see you can get all of Albaro's contact information. Okay. Lenora Wilson, yes, speak it into existence. I'm totally into that. Hawkins, hola, Bill, hola, everyone. Happy Saturday. Joining late, rather late than never. Thank you for showing up and leaving a comment. Tom M., I did my permanent residency at the Philadelphia consulate 2 years ago, but it has gone up supposedly 20% a year. That would be 40% since I did it. Since I got my permanent visa, it's gone up like 90%. I mean, it's almost, it's like quadrupled. That's funny. Ms. Sam, I received my permanent visa last year in Chicago. I believe Chicago has the highest requirements. Living in America is very traumatic. Jack Webb. The lady at the Indianapolis consulate was so nice. After the paperwork was done, she gave us some good advice about coming back, and then we talked Mexican history and cuisine. Yeah, just work with nice people. If people aren't nice, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else where it's less expensive. But watch my video and check out the special regularization program that shows up at the very end of the video, and be sure to click the like button. Okay, it's time for me. Let's see here now. Where is the lowest requirement? I tell you what, Jacqueline, here's what you do. Jacqueline, that is an excellent question. Go to buildthegeek.org, click on FAQs at the top of the page, scroll down and find my immigration attorney, give email Albaro, and ask him. He deals with consulates all over the United States. He would know. How's that? Woo! Wow. Rocking and rolling. Well, anyway, as most of you know, okay, I got some food pictures here. I don't know about this, but you know, everywhere you go in Mexico, there's going to be these little stores on the corner. They'll be very small. I've talked about them before. They're called tiendas. Tiendas. I guess that would mean like little market. And they have almost they're way better than OXXO. But I went to a little tienda. It's like a block and a half away, and they've got like everything you want. And like this was it last week? This week I went there and I bought some eggs. And here's how you buy your eggs at my tienda and thousands of other places in Mexico. They give you a little plastic bag, and they have like 3 dozen eggs there. And you just pick out the eggs you want, put them in the little plastic bag, and they weigh them. They sell eggs by the kilo down here, not by the dozen. Yeah, if you go to the grocery store, you go to Walmart, you can get a dozen eggs, 18 eggs. But usually at the little tiendas, you put and then they weigh the eggs. That's funny. And the eggs are not refrigerated. They weigh your eggs, and then whatever their price is per kilo, then you pay them the money. But this week, for the first time in Mazatlan, I bought a tamale. And I love, Ajijic Chapala has great tamales. I don't remember buying any tamales in Guadalajara or Puerto Vallarta. But tamales, here's what they look like. I told the lady I wanted 2. They cost like 25 pesos each. That's like $1.25. One of them is a meal. And if you've never seen a tamale before, they're delicious if cooked appropriately. And what you're looking at there, those are corn. What's that? The corn husk. They're cooked in corn husk, and in that corn husk, there's like some kind of dough, and usually you have the option for pork, chicken, or beef. This is a beef tamale, and this is one of the most delicious tamales I have had in Mexico, because the dough was like fantastic Thanksgiving dinner. What do you call it? That's in the middle of the turkey dressing. That's what it was like, moist. And they were generous with the beef, and the beef was very good. You have to be careful when you buy tamales in Mexico, because sometimes the dough is dry, and if they're really trying to make money, and these are usually people on the street selling these, then they don't have hardly any of the meat in there, hardly any. It's dry, hardly any meat. If you find one person that's selling good tamales, stick with that person. They're not always good to go. Then another food tip I have is these beans. I've talked about these beans before. La costeña, frijoles negros enteros. I buy these at Walmart, but many of the OXXOs and tiendas is canned. This can is a lot bigger. That's about 4 meals worth of beans in there, and it has a great sauce. And a whole can of this costs like 15 pesos. 15 pesos. That's like 7 cents. That's like 4 meals worth of beans. I always have these beans in my cabinet. When I make skyline chili, we'll talk about that some other time. I use these beans. When I make chili, I use these beans. I use these beans, put them on salads. But for 7 cents, you can't beat these. You can buy these at Walmart. Many OXXOs sell this at many tiendas. That's another food tip. I got 2 more. Oh, I got 2 more food tips that I think are important to your cuisine when you move down to Mexico. And the next food tip is this: Campbell's. Campbell's soup. Pollo y tallarines chicken noodle soup. Now, I love Campbell's chicken noodle soup, but it's kind of hard to find. Where did I find this? Oh, I got this at OXXO. Not all OXXOs sell Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and it's very inexpensive. This was like 25 pesos. 25 pesos. How much money is that? 25 pesos. Well, what, 10? I'm confused. I forget. It's like $1.10 for a can of chicken noodle soup, but it's just like now in Ajijic, they have this store. It's called Super Lake. Super Lake. And I know Jack Webb knows where this place is. Anybody that lives in Ajijic knows what Super Lake is. And they sell a bunch of American foods that you can't find in other places. But they'll send you, they'll sell you a can of chicken noodle soup, but they're going to charge you like $10. What a ripoff. You can buy some Miracle Whip, a little jar of Miracle Whip for like $15. They rip you off, man. But if you look around, you can find the Mexican version of Campbell's chicken noodle soup, this stuff right here, in the same store for like 25 pesos. Say it's the same thing. Now, before, thank you, William Stoneman. I can see your message down here. 15 pesos is about 89 US cents. Okay. Here is my final food tip. This is my final food tip. I like my butter. I'm a butter freak. I make a lot of baked potatoes. I wish they had Idaho potatoes down here. I've never seen an Idaho potato in Mexico, but I put butter on my pasta, butter on my baked potatoes. I put butter on my toast. And I tell you what, real butter is very hard to find. The only good butter I've found down here is in Costco in Mexico, or they have these places called creamerias. And creamerias pretty much means a cheese shop. Find a good cheese shop, and they'll have stuff like cheddar cheese, Munster cheese. It's all homemade cheese. They have, of course, a bunch of Mexico cheeses, but many times the creameria will sell homemade butter right from the farm. But if you can't find that, try this. This is Lala. Lala is a giant corporate dairy brand in Mexico, and they're everywhere. They sell milk, sour cream, all things dairy. But I found this by accident. It's called Lala Mantequilla, and mantequilla means butter, and it actually tastes like butter. I mean, it's good. I got this at Walmart. Yeah, I got this at Walmart. I was very surprised that it was so good. It's very inexpensive. It's hard to find butter in Mexico. And I tell you what, never, ever, ever buy. Did I say that? Did you hear that? Never, ever, ever buy Mexico margarine. It tastes like vomit in a can. Okay. This is like wrapped up vomit. I've never, ever had Mexico margarine that tasted anywhere close. So anyway, there are some food tips. Let me get back to comments, see what's happening over here. Okay, Miss Sam left a blank message. Balls. Okay. Huh. Okay. Jamie, Mexican beer. And Jamie is right. Mexican beer is awesome. And if you want to be on a budget and drink your beer in Mexico, there's a brand called Indio. Indio, super inexpensive. I think it's half the price than Modelo Especial. But if you get down here, find some Indio beer. That's a good brand, very tasty. Miss Sam, thank you for contributing to the channel. That's what helps us make our trips. I'm not going to say where my next trip is. I'm going to keep it secret until I'm there. But I'm planning my next trip. I'm going to click the button for the airline tickets, I think on the 21st of this month. But thank you, Miss Sam, very much for contributing to the channel. And if you're watching the replay of the channel, of this broadcast, there's a what do you call it? A donation button in the description below. Just click that. It'll take you into PayPal. You can use Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discovery Card, or PayPal, and you can donate to the channel like that. Hawkins, I can't wait until I get situated in Mexico City so I can find a favorite tamale person. I tell you what, man. Tell you what. It's hard to go totally wrong with tamales, but when you find the right tamale, woo, yeah. And I tell you what, for you Instapot creators, if you're an Instapot creators, there are some excellent tamale recipes on YouTube on how to make tamales in the Instapot. And when I lived in Chapala, one of the, I'm going to say the best tamale I've had in my entire life came out of an Instapot. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get to Morelia is get me an Instapot, and then I'm going to scour YouTube for tamale recipes. Yeah, I can do that. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, whatever. And William Stoneman is talking about the peso here. And for what it's worth, the value of the peso, it's kind of, it's going up a little bit, down a little bit. It's not increasing greatly. I want it to go down more. Whatever. Thank you, William Stoneman X. Does anyone use a facilitator for the residency process or for moving to Mexico? I talk about that in the video that I'm going to put up tomorrow. I'm going to put up tomorrow morning, because there are immigration attorneys and then there are facilitators. So be very careful. And I'm sure there are some fabulous facilitators. But every visa that I've had a bunch of 180-day visas for about 5 years. I had those. I've had a 1-year visa, 2-year visas, and my permanent visa. I got all of those visas through immigration attorneys. So yeah, be careful. And at the end of that video, I talk about how to find a facilitator or an immigration attorney in Mexico. Jacqueline, yum, I'm hungry. I love tamales. Where can I get them in GDL? I tell you, I lived in GDL, that's Guadalajara, for 4 years, I think. There's a big market in El Centro, and if you don't know where that is, you can find. Oh, it's right on the edge of Tlaquepaque. Right on the edge of Tlaquepaque, there's that huge, super giant market. It's like being in a Superdome. I bet they have some people selling tamales in there. I lived in Zapopan, and I never saw any people selling tamales on the street there. So good luck, Jacqueline. William Stoneman with a peso update. 25 pesos is $1.25 in the U.S. Thank you so much. And Mary Jane with a super sticker for $5. Thank you so much, Mary Jane, for contributing to the channel. Crabble, Dr. John. Dr. John, great to see you he's either in New Jersey or in Pennsylvania with his children and grandchildren. But as I recall, the Mexican government regulates the price of certain foods like beans, rice, and tortillas so that they are affordable to the poor. How cool is that? And that's one thing. We got to talk to Ms. Beverly. But that's one thing that you have to remember about Mexico is the average per capita income is the last time I checked, maybe a year ago, was $9,000 a year. You got people working 10-hour days, 6 days a week, and they're only making like $10 a day or $15 a day. $20 a day is very good money. So when you go to Walmart and all these stores you go to everywhere, the stores have to make it so that people that make $9,000 a year can afford to eat. That's what you have to remember when you come to Mexico. Thank you very much, Dr. John. Okay, Hawkins. La Mantequilla. Awesome. I'll definitely try that because otherwise the really good butter can be really expensive. I'll definitely look out for that. Yeah, Hawkins. Yeah, man. Hey, I like it. And Hawkins, I've never seen it at OXXO. I haven't looked for it, but they sell it at my tienda, the same tienda where I bought my tamales. And this place, I got to make a video of this place. You wouldn't believe it, but yeah, they sell it there. Now, my favorite butter, I got to say that my favorite butter was at Costco. I guess that's Richmond brand, whatever. Okay, let's see here. Virginia out of New York, my social work sister. Hi, Bill. The natural juices like melon, watermelon, tamarindo is so good. Right on, girl. Yeah, thank you for that tip. Hawkins, I used a facilitator for both residency processes each time. There were unique things happening at the INM office, so it definitely made the process easier. And let me say this. You can get you don't need, I want to be careful how I say this. You don't need a facilitator. You don't need an immigration attorney. You can do all of the paperwork on your own. I wouldn't suggest it. You get a facilitator because all the paperwork is in Spanish. You got to go to the immigration office. That is all in Spanish. Everything's in Spanish, and then all the laws behind it. And the immigration attorneys and the facilitators know the people behind the counter. They may be related to the people behind the counter. They can get special things done because they know the people behind the counter. And I remember one time I think I was at the Chapala immigration office, and Abaro was talking to some facilitator or some other immigration attorney, and there was this lady waiting for her paperwork, and the guy said, "Oh, she's been here 10 times. She does all the paperwork on her own, and this is her 10th time here." Well, if you got the time, you got nothing to do, don't get a facilitator. Don't get an immigration attorney. Do it on your own. I got other things to do. I like to go one time, get it done right. Richard, many places in Mexico will do your laundry. I hear it's a pretty good deal. Can you find laundromats easily to do your own laundry? Okay. as many of you know, as many of you know, when I turn off this camera and I turn off the lights today, I'm going to my laundry lady. Her name is Alejandra, and her daughter-in-law works with her. Her name is Louisa, and I'm going to walk over there. It's like 3 blocks away. They're going to give me a kiss and a big hug and all that. Then they're going to give me my laundry. I dropped my laundry off yesterday, and I asked her if she could have it done by 11 o'clock my time today. So when the camera goes off, the lights go down here, I'm walking right over to see Alejandra, and she's going to give me all of my clean underwear and T-shirts and socks and washcloths, and that's going to cost me about $12. Okay, so yes, there are many places. I mean, it's like a dry cleaner, but she doesn't do dry cleaning. But yeah, she does all my laundry. I go once a week. Costs me about $10 to $12 a week. Very handy service. Matt, Super Lake. Oh, Super Lake. Matt, I don't know how your Spanish is, but I would call Super Lake. My nickname for Super Lake is Super Caro. Super caro, and caro means expensive. There's barato, which is cheap, and then caro is expensive. So Super Lake is super expensive. It's crazy the prices you see in there. It's like, you know, you want like some Heinz ketchup, they're going to charge you like $80 for that. Anything made in America and shit down there, you're going to pay. Oh, but the good thing is they sell Richland brand stuff. So it came to the point where I would only go to Super Lake to buy Costco toilet paper, Costco paper towels, and Costco butter. At Super Lake, they sell Costco butter. Those are the only 3 things I would buy at Super Lake, and they would have cheddar cheese, which can be a challenge to find in Mexico. Hat, here's Hat. How you been? Barely made it. Been sharing your video wisdom to Facebook expat groups. Thank you very much, Hat. We haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. And tell you what, I think I'm going to start the Build Geek or the Build Dallas Lewis Facebook Mexico group. Yeah, I think I'm going to start that this week. I got to do some research on how to do it and stuff, but I think I'm going to do that this week. I'm going to call it the Build Geek Mexico Travel Facebook group, something like that. I think that'll be up and ready to go by the time next Saturday shows up, I think. Right now, Ms. Sam, Bill, will you explain again how to find an apartment in Morelia using Facebook? Sure. But I do want to get back before I answer that question. Beverly, at the very beginning, even before the broadcast began, Beverly asked me, she said, Mexico's getting expensive. Where are the affordable cities? So let's take a peek at the map again. Okay, the map is showing. Let's try this. No, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, let's go down here to the map. Okay, for me, Morelia is very affordable. Morelia, and you can see it right here. It's right in the middle of Mexico. I'm going to pay $532 a month for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. When I was staying at a hotel in Morelia, I asked the people that worked at the hotel how much would it cost to get an apartment. And an apartment, they told me, would be like 3,000 to 4,000 pesos a month. That's like $150 to $200 a month. Those are Mexicans that are telling me this. Morelia is good. If you can walk around, and your walking is good. Guanajuato, their prices are good. I'm talking inland places. I want to be inland where the weather is good. I'm going to say that San Miguel Allende is going to be overpriced because there are too many Americans and Canadians there. Ajijic, which is over here under Guadalajara. I mean, I lived in Guadalajara. And Guadalajara has a lot to offer. I wouldn't live there though, but the weather's great. They have everything to offer, and it is affordable if you like that big city thing going on. Jocotepec, which is not far from Chapala, Ajijic. It's close to the Guadalajara International Airport. I think that Jocotepec would be extremely affordable, and it's like a 20-minute drive from Ajijic. So you can go to Ajijic, hook up with your American, Canadian buddies, listen to music, and you can be back in Jocotepec in 20 minutes. Chapala, which is only about 10 minutes from Ajijic, is going to be way less expensive than Ajijic. And again, it's only an hour drive from Guadalajara. Beverly, but I'm moving to Morelia because Morelia, I forget what the population is, but the weather's good. They have 8 universities. They have industry there, a lot of young people, and it's very affordable. Morelia is very affordable. And I'm just telling you places where I know that are affordable. Now, Puerto Vallarta is one of the most expensive places, but you can find. I lived there for 10 years. That it was affordable. I was paying like $400 a month for rent. I'm looking for a place and I'm not finding it. Where is it? It's called Malake. It's right around here. Here we go. San Patricio. San Patricio, right here. Here we go. San Patricio, also known as Malaki, is very affordable. It is a walk away from Barra Navidad. Population is low. Prices are very good and it's right next to the beach. Prices, I knew one guy that was renting a place for $150 a month. I met a Canadian couple there. They were paying $400 a month, 2-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, but they have hurricanes there. Those are just a few ideas. Now, I'm going to say what you do if you're looking for an affordable place. Move down here, find somewhere like Morelia or Ajijic. Ajijic, you're going to pay out the nose, generally speaking. My cousin, she has a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. She pays $650 a month. That's a good deal. Okay, now, but find a place to camp out and travel and get on Facebook, go to Facebook groups and see and travel to places, go places, see what they're like. Pay somebody for a year or 6 months for a lease and travel around, see what you like. Now, somebody asked me a question. Okay. Somebody asked me a question about what is my method that I use to find an apartment in Mexico. Here's the method. I just put up this video 2 days ago. Well, that was on Thursday. Here's the method. And I've said this 1,000 times on this channel. Here's what you do. First, you figure out what do you want and what do you want to pay. For me, I'd like to pay $400 a month, but I found a Facebook group in Morelia. And it's the Morelia Morelia expat groups. And they have expat groups all over Mexico, San Miguel Allende, Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara. Just go to Facebook, go to groups, find, and then type in the city that you're looking for, and then type in expats after the city, or type in Morelia Americans or American Canadians, whatever. And then you just post a message there in that group. Join the group, post your message. I posted a message that said, I'm looking for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. I'm willing to pay $500 a month. I didn't say pesos. I said dollars. Mexicans that are renting properties know what dollars are. And within like 2-3 hours, this guy, I did this also in the Chapala Ajijic area when I was leaving before I moved to Mazatlan. And I got like 5 responses. That's how I found this apartment. I went to a Mazatlan expat group, and I said, I'm looking for this. I only want to pay $600 a month, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. And they said, oh, you should contact this person. And that was a realtor lady, and and I hooked up with her. That's how I found this apartment. But anyway, so go to a Facebook group in the city that you want to move to, and say, hey, and so tell them what you want: a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Do you want it near El Centro? You want 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms? What are you willing to pay? And I found my place in 10 hours. That is the method that I use, and it has been working for me. Okay, let's see what is going on here. What is the most popular Mexican beer? I'm in Mazatlan, and Mazatlan is the headquarters of the Pacifico Beer Company. Pacifico beer is everywhere. I don't like it. It's a little watered down. Corona is a big competitor. Corona is everywhere. Corona is Mexico. It means the crown. I don't like it either. Okay. Oh, then there's Tecate. Tecate. That is an extremely popular beer. So I would say those are the 3 kings of beers. Of course, there's Modelo. I think that Pacifico makes Modelo. That's what I think. But okay, so you have Modelo, you have Pacifica, Tecate. Dos Equis. Dos Equis is down here. Dos Equis is a little too strong for me. I'm going to say, and Indio. Indio is a fabulous beer. I'm going to say those are the top big beers that I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, Tom. Hi, Richard. It is so inexpensive to have your laundry done for you. Just drop it off in the morning and pick it up that afternoon, folded, etc. Tom is so right. Where I take my place, she opens at 8:30. And she always say, you want to pick it up? You can pick it up at 4. You can pick it up at 4. No, I'll just come back tomorrow, okay? But Tom hit that on the head. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, just like that. Inexpensive. Inexpensive, yes. Hat, yes, start your own group. Easy peasy. Just make sure that you set it to private. Otherwise, any hater can add themselves without approval. Yes. Maybe ask a couple of questions. Yes. That's what I am going to do. Thank you, Hat. I'm going to work on that over the weekend. And Matt Brazelton contributing $5 to the channel. That'll pay for half of my laundry. Thank you so much, Matt. And thank you guys just for showing up. Woo! Maybe, do you want to join this group? And who am I? Yes. Okay. Very good. Thank you very much. Greg, Is it cheaper to get a visa as a couple versus as a single? Okay. Now, I do not address that question in my video that I'm going to put up tomorrow. But now, again, it depends on what consulate you go to. If you're a couple, okay, now, let me say this. Mexico has these laws, but they fluctuate depending on who you talk to and where you go. That's why it's so important to have an immigration attorney. Now, at some places they may want you and your spouse to have all of that money situation. Like each of you is earning like $4,000 a year. Each of you has $200,000 in the bank, stuff like that. Now, but what you can do is you can make it so that just one of you has to meet these requirements. One of you meets the requirements, and the other one comes in with a 180-day visa. Okay, so once you're in and talk, this is where you talk to your immigration attorney. And you tell them what's going on, because they have a program down here where you can, if you have a visa, you can bring your spouse in on your visa once you get down here. I think it's called the union visa or something like that. And then you can get your spouse the same visa that you have. So that's what I would do, I would think. But talk to your immigration attorney. But there are ways to get in without both parts of a couple having to do all that stuff. Verlene, do you think I could find a place for 10,000 pesos and PV does not need to be right in town? Oh, good question. Okay, so that's $500 a month. When I was there, that was like 8 years ago. I was paying $400 a month. I was paying 8,000 pesos a month. That was more like a studio apartment, but it was decked out. 10,000 pesos a month, doesn't have to be right downtown. Yeah, I think you can do that. And they have many Facebook groups. They have many Facebook groups in Puerto Vallarta. Go there, find a Facebook group and start asking around and do just what I just said. Put up a message that says, hey, I'm looking for, 2 bedrooms, 1 bedroom. I had a 1 bedroom. It was fabulous with everything. I mean, it was wonderful for 8,000 pesos a month. But I tell you what, I knew a lot of Mexicans because it was a purely Mexican neighborhood. And the locals used to ask me, well, what are you paying for rent? I'd say 8,000 pesos. They were shocked. They were like, what? We can find you an apartment for like 2,000 pesos a month or 3,000 pesos a month. So I think that 10,000 is doable. And if you get away from El Centro and like you said, if you're not near the main drag, I think you can find that. I think you can. Yes. Axel Foley, Bill, is your apartment in Morelia in Centro? My place in Morelia is about a 10-minute drive from El Centro. 10-minute drive from El Centro. Modelo, yes. Modelo is a beer. Is that a question? What do you mean by that? Said Modelo just as I hit the button. Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Okay, Coco, do they have RV parks in Mexico? I did a video on that. They have, in fact, there's a Facebook. There are a few Facebook groups about RV parks Mexico. Go to Facebook, look up groups, and just do a search for RV parks Mexico. I think I found like 10 groups like that. There is a RV park. It is, where am I right now? Where am I? It's like a 4 or 5 minute drive away from where I live. It's right on the ocean. I think it was all Canadians and Americans living there. They some of the RVs were those custom coach thingies. They cost like $650,000. Some of them were like 20-year-old shack pickup trucks with, you live in the back of the truck. But yeah, they have those all over Mexico. I did a video on that. Go to my channel and, search through. But I met people. It was and they have about 3 RV parks that I know of here in Mazatlan. Sayulita laundry is next day after 5 p.m. If you are lucky, just be sure you don't have a pending air flight. Bill, is there some type of visa program for persons who came on a tourist visa in 2023 and want a temporary visa? Now, to get in on the special regularization program, they say that some people say that you need to have visited Mexico between 2015 and 2022. But I would ask your immigration attorney about that. I think you could sneak in. Who came in on a call Alvaro. Email Alvaro and ask him. Because in Mexico, there's always a way to get things done if you know the right people. Terry Don, great advice in finding an apartment. I am rethinking my Mexico landing, looking more towards Guadalajara and Lake Chapala area for a soft landing. Matt, hi everyone. We can't use the easy peasy peso conversion math anymore. 10,000 pesos is actually almost $600 right now, which is a real freaking drag. Yeah, you can't. And Matt hit that right on the head because, and I've been using it throughout this broadcast. I'll probably continue to use it through the broadcast just because it's so easy. But I'm going to say 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 10,000 pesos was $500. Now, as Matt says, 10,000 pesos is $600. So yeah, the easy peasy days are gone. Okay, now I do have a couple of videos that I want to share with you. And as you all know, yes, and I'm not gonna beat this up very long. I'm not going to talk this very long, but you got to watch this. We have 66 people in the house and 47 likes. You got to you got to watch this. So I'm at the Leon Balloon Festival. They have this, and this is well worth the trip. It's a 4-day festival, all kinds of music and food, 200 to 600 balloons up in the air every November. I just stayed for 1 day. It was a fabulous event. If you go, you got to go early. Get there around 5:30 in the morning. Then you can see the balloons inflated and all that kind of stuff. It was truly an orgasmic experience. There are people there from all over the world. And when I came back, I showed you guys a lot of those videos. The balloons coming in the morning, the balloons going up, the balloons flying through the air. But here's a video that I didn't share with you. And people were asking me, well, can you pay money to go up in the balloons? Well, I want you to watch this video right here. The balloon show was over for me. It wasn't over, but I'm in my Uber car headed from the park back to my hotel, and this is what I see. Here you go. Check this out. Over there on the right-hand side, that big tall thing is like a balloon that is almost totally deflated. And right behind that red car, you can see that box there. That's the little box that the people stand in when they're in the balloon. And there's a lady. These people come from 23 countries. There's a little lady sitting there, and here are the police holding the balloon down for as much as they can. So apparently the balloon came down. Apparently the balloon lost control, lost gas, lost hot air, what came down right in the middle of the street. Oh, so for people that were asking me, hey, can you pay money to go fly up in the balloon? I'm sure you can pay somebody to go up there. I'm not going up there. I mean, that's just, I'm scared of getting airplanes. I've been in an airplane crash. That ain't no fun when you see the stuff's not working anymore and you get the feeling that people are getting ready to die. That's no fun. But anyway, that's a clip that I haven't shown you yet. I do have a couple of more clips. We have 65 people in the house. And we have 51 likes. We have contributions coming in. That's greatly appreciated. But I did want to share. Oh, here's something I forgot. A part of my routine. I started this routine when I was in Puerto Vallarta, where I get up early, 5 days a week in the morning, walk like 4 miles. It's become a tradition, keeps my weight off, keeps me pretty healthy when I do it regularly. So Friday, I walk out my door, and Friday, this is what I saw. This is right outside my door. This is how I start my day before I do my 4 miles. Just and that view, looking towards El Centro and Mazatlan, the beautiful clouds and the skies and the color. And that changes every day. Everywhere I've been in Mexico, it has been beautiful like this. It's just Mexico. It's beautiful skies, beautiful oceans. And also something else I wanted to share is I've told you guys about the deck up on the roof. And, so now the deck is all done. This is up on the roof. And you can go up there. They just put up these grills like within the last couple of weeks. Everything up there is brand new. And where I live is now very expensive. It's very expensive. I know people staying in. Look at this. Here's a guy reading a book. Look at that huge table. They have parties up there. They should have weddings up there. I don't know. But I think now I know a guy that's paying $1,200 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom here. But they take that was one of the staff ladies there. Look at this huge place where you can cook food and all that kind of stuff. Look at this. This is where I shoot all of my intros. I'm going to miss this place just because where am I going to? That's where I stand right over there to shoot my intros. Oh, and there's internet. They have that's one of the staff ladies, Graciela. And I'm going to miss this part. It's like $1,200 a month, but and look at the view up there. I mean, if you have the money, and all of these places where I live is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, but you got this deck up there. What more do you want? If you got $1,200 a month to spend, yeah, cool, yeah. I'd rather pay $500. They even have this luxurious bathroom up there. Look at the nicey sinks, the bathrooms. They have bathrooms, a pool. They have a pool downstairs. And just last month, they put in this gym. Check this out. Look at this. You got your running machines. You just step up on one of those bad boys and look out the window. You can just jog and go nowhere and just see the city, put your own music on. They just put this in like last month. All that equipment just went in last month. The people that own this place have big money. Then they got all this other stuff, medicine balls, free weights. They got the machine weights. This is Mexico. These are the joys of living in Mexico. That guy's up there every morning. And he looks like it too. He's in shape. Free weights, machine weights, running machines. Yeah. There you go. That's where I live. That's one of the joys of living in Mexico. Right there. You can watch TV, watch all your sporting events up here. This is where I live right now. Mexico, some people don't know how modern and how fabulous Mexico is. They think, they think that all of Mexico is like a bad part of Appalachia. Woo! Woo! I tell you what, if you want to take a shocking trip, go to Cincinnati, Ohio, and take Route 52 down to Portsmouth. And man, you're gonna see parts of Appalachia that are incredible. I mean, it's just it's like you're going back in time, like 150 years, the way people are living right on the river. Woo! Yeah. So they have poverty in Mexico, sure. They have poverty in the United States, but Mexico is fabulous and it's very affordable. Okay, now let's get back to here. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. Click the like button. Any recommendations for healthcare insurance here in Mexico? I have none right now, but I'm going to do a video with this guy. His name is Scott Kramer. And his wife is my dentist. I'm going to do that within the next 6 weeks. He's a healthcare expert for the Mazatlan area, but he can tell you about medical programs. So give me about 6 weeks on that. Axel Foley. Is it true that some parts of Mexico you can't flush toilet paper? That's true at many places in Mazatlan. And yes, throughout Mexico, there are places where you cannot flush the toilet, which is somewhat annoying. In everywhere I have lived, all the apartments I have lived in Mexico, I have been able to flush the toilet. You throw in your toilet paper, do your flush thing, and you're good to go. Let's talk about Rob's Reina del Mar bed and breakfast in El Centro. Fabulous place to stay. The rooms are fabulous. They have a nice pool and a bar out at the pool. And that place has to be like 300 years old, but it is fabulous. The kitchen is fabulous. You can flush all the toilets in there. Now, from there, you can walk to the plaza, and they have all these fabulous, expensive restaurants there. But some of these fabulous and expensive restaurants, you can't flush the toilets. So you have to take your dirty toilet paper, and right next to the toilet, they have like this little garbage can with a lid on it. And so you clean yourself and throw your thing in this little garbage can, put the lid down. So many places, many buildings in Mexico are not don't have the modern plumbing to handle paper going down. Maybe they have little water tubes that are like maybe this big or something. They can't. So yeah. But when I was in Sayulita, I stayed at a place in Sayulita. That was like last year, and it was a totally modern place. But they had a sign in the bathroom that said, "Do not flush your toilet paper down the toilet." That was in Sayulita, and it looked like a brand new place. Yes, that is a beautiful view, and that's the first thing I see or something like it every morning when I leave here to take my walk at around 6:10 in the morning. Looks a lot like my sunset view of the Islas Los Coronados. Sunsets, there are beautiful sunsets all over Mexico. William Mustache Stoneman, Carnival, Mardi Gras festivities will begin in February. Does it run? Have any celebrations they participate in, i.e. parades, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So Carnival's getting ready to start up. Last year they had Gloria Gaynor here. Yeah. They have a couple of huge parades that are totally decked out. They have super fireworks. The Navy does this firework thing and it lasts for like 40 minutes. It's one of the most spectacular fireworks displays. But they have a lot of bands. They have bands from all over the world, not only mariachi and banda, but they had, Gloria Gaynor singing "I Will Survive." Lots of food, super parades. It's a huge party. Carnival. I think it's the third largest carnival in the entire world. Ms. Sam. Mexico is alluring and magical. I think Mexicans are the best people on earth. I adore them. I am so grateful to be moving there. I'm happy to live here. I'm not leaving. Wow, that's a beautiful building. Too bad it's so, yeah, it's expensive. I'm out of here, man. Sorry. I'm out of here. Not only is it expensive, and I got great air conditioning, but last summer was so hot. I'm gone. The prices are going up, and I'm moving to Morelia, spend less money, have better climate, and live in a total Mexico community. Tom, you're very welcome, Tom. You have a great day. Also, Axel Foley, to flush or not to flush is a can vary throughout a colonia, city, etc., depending on the age of the building and the plumbing. There you go. Ms. Sam, there you go. Richard, Bill, can you hold up that football next to you? I thought it looked deflated just like that balloon on the highway. The football. Okay. Here's the football. This is a Dartmouth College football. I played freshman football at Dartmouth College, and right here on the side it says Dartmouth. This came from the Dartmouth College playing field. I was fifth string defensive back. I only played freshman year, and I only played for 30 seconds. Whatever. On the same team as me was Reggie Williams, who was a fantastic middle linebacker for the Cincinnati Bengals. And then somebody else that played for Dartmouth that I saw this guy every day, his name was Harry B. Wilson. And his son, his last name is Wilson. He was the quarterback for the Washington for the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, so Harry B's son was the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. Wilson is his last name. Now I think he's with the Denver Broncos. Harry B. Wilson, fantastic guy from Dartmouth. And I went through a corporate fiasco lawsuit. And Harry B. Wilson, who played Dartmouth College, he was a wide receiver at Dartmouth College. He was a attorney at Procter and Gamble. Okay, so let's see what's going on now. Hat. I live in some of the oldest condos on this hill in Playas de Tijuana, and I throw toilet paper and probably things I shouldn't sometimes into the toilet with no problem. Yeah, I do too. You know, sometimes I got to get rid of some pasta, some chili. I just throw that in the toilet because I don't have a garbage disposal. Now, Lenora Wilson, I'm looking forward to coming to Mexico this year. Come on down. We are holding a spot for you as we speak. Fifth string freshman year for 30 seconds. That's quite an athletic career, Mamo. Okay, I got a story to tell you. I didn't play high school ball. I didn't even play high school ball, but I was really fast. And so, you know, some of the guys, they, hey, Bill, come to practice. I went to practice, got on the team. So it's the end of the season. At the very end of the season, our freshman team is playing Boston College's junior team. These guys weren't even freshmen. And I could look down the guy. Our guys were all these little teeny guys. And some of these guys at Boston College, they were like 25 years old. We were like 18, 19 years. They were like 25. They were like 3 times bigger than us. It was funny. So it's the end of the game. I'd only played for like 30 seconds. And, our guys were getting hurt. People were getting hit. They're taken out of there in ambulances and stuff. So the coach at the very end of the game, the coach looks at me and he says, Lewis, get in there. And I looked at the coach and I said, no, I ain't going in there. No. Woo, that's the kind of player I was. Okay, yeah, 5th string, defensive back, 30 seconds of play, whatever. But I got the football. Hey, I got the football. Hey, this is one thing. I don't have hardly any things, but everywhere I go, I take this football. And it is deflated, yes. Richard, God bless you for supporting the channel. And God bless everyone here for showing up, for sharing what you know, asking questions, just being a part of the family. Thank you for your ideas. Thanks for clicking the like button. And, if you can, it's very nice when people contribute to the channel. Also, and Richard, how do I say? Oh, McTire, Richard McTire or McTier. I don't know. But thank you so much for supporting the channel. That is greatly appreciated. Hat, yep. That's exactly what I do. I flush the old food down the toilet because there's no garbage disposal. I've never seen a garbage disposal anywhere I've lived in Mexico or any house that I have visited. Axel Foley, Gloria Gaynor is old school. I'm sorry, man. She was here last year singing her song. Hey, yeah, it's old school. I don't know who knew stuff was there. Hat, Miss Sam. Right back at you. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let me see what is on my list. Oh, something super touching happened to me last week on Saturday when I left here to go pick up my laundry. So I go, I have my suitcase. I have a brand new suitcase with wheels on it, right? So when I go to pick up my laundry, I'm dragging my suitcase because then I can throw the laundry in there that's all ready to go. And then I can go to the little store and I buy some beer. I can stick that in there. I wheel it back. So I'm wheeling it back. I get back to the pool area because I come in and out of the gate. There's a key you use and the gate door opens. And dude, so I'm coming in. Got my suitcase. Dude, I'm walking by the pool. And there's this really hot woman sitting at the pool. She's screaming hot. I'd never seen her before. And she looks up at me and she looks really happy. And she says, Bill. And I'm looking around like, huh? Well, who are you talking to? Like, who are you? And she says, Bill. And she had this big smile on her face. She was just so happy. And then she says, I'm Melissa. She says, I'm Melissa's. I'm Michael's sister. Okay, so a guy that lives in this building, I did an interview with him about 8 months ago. He saw the video. He saw my videos. That's how he found this place. He lives here. He's 33. He does counseling, the suicide hotline for military people that want to commit suicide. So he works online here. And he has a niece. Her name is Selena. Selena might be watching right now. Selena, I think Selena's in 5th grade. But when I met him, he says, oh, yes, Selena watches your videos. She watches all your videos. She watches you when you go live. She's in 5th grade. She's come in to our chat here sometimes. She was here last Saturday. So Melissa, the hot chick, she's 40 years old, Michael's sister. She says, yeah, I'm Michael's sister. We're here for da-da-da-da. And her mother and her mother's there, Michael's mother there. Her mother's name is Lisa. And there in the pool was Selena. And I said, that's Selena? Said, yeah. She said, that's how I knew it was you. Selena told me when you came in through the gate. She said, there's Bill. And that was like, and they live in Baltimore. and his mother, Lisa, wants to move into my apartment when I leave. That was a very touching experience. Yeah, well, it happens, man. Build Geek, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. Also on my list. Okay. Also on my list, I usually don't watch NFL football, but I do this video thing, sometimes kind of stressful, and I'm always planning and creating and editing and doing search engine optimization. And so lately I've been watching old NFL football replays on YouTube. And it's pretty cool because they don't have any commercials. Okay. I mean, I've skipped the ads from YouTube, but you can watch a whole game in like 2 hours. And I've only been doing this for like 10 days, but I find it to be very relaxing. When I get everything done, that's how I procrastinate, because I do watch a lot of political news also. That's just stressful with all this Donald Trump stuff going on. But anyway, the Seattle Seahawks, right now, they have this coach, and his name is Pete Carroll. So he was in this game, and my new favorite team, and I've never had a favorite team in the NFL, but now my favorite team is the Kansas City Chiefs, because the tight end, Kelsey, is having this relationship with Taylor Swift. And I like Taylor Swift. I've never heard any of her music, but I just kind of I pick up this good vibe from her, and she's like a billionaire. So they've had this hot thing with Kelsey and Taylor Swift. So now I watch all these and Kelsey, he's really good, really good. He's like 38 years old. He's really good, tight end. So anyway, so Kansas City is playing the Seattle Seahawks, and Pete Carroll is the coach of the Seattle Seahawks. And they had an interview with him, and he was fired by 2 teams before he got to the Seattle Seahawks. And if you ever see him on television, Pete Carroll, he always looks so happy. He looks like he's having so much fun. But he said, you know what? I got fired 2 times before I got this job. I got fired 2 times because before I got this job. And then he said, I guess they didn't know my value. And for any of us that have experienced rejection that wasn't warranted, you can leave with a really bad taste in your mouth and think to yourself, well, do I have any value? It doesn't seem like, I don't think that person values me. But that story to me just said, and now he's so happy. And he's been at he's been with Seattle probably 10 years at least, and he's just having such a good time. So what that short message told me was, just hang in there, keep on doing what you want to do, and because you are very valuable, all of us are really valuable. We all have value, and we may run into people that want to fire us, and maybe a friendship, a relationship, a job, maybe a country want to throw you out, but we all have value. Hang in there, and we can all live happy, valuable lives. Okay, now, so I'm done with my list. Okay, here we go. Okay, Mr. If you retire and move to Mexico, do you still have to pay a portion of taxes to the United States and to Mexico? I'm going to say talk to your accountant about that. They do. I'm aware of a form. I don't do any. I've never worked in Mexico. I've never worked in Mexico. I've never had a job in Mexico. Any dollars that I earn comes in from outside of Mexico. So in the United States, if you're living in another country, and if you make less than like $96,000 a year, you don't pay taxes in the United States. And there's this form that you fill out. It's called Form 2555. But if you make more than $96,000 and you're a U.S. citizen living outside of the United States, then the taxes kick in. But that's a very good question. You need to talk to an accountant, an international accountant. You're famous, dude. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, whatever. Long live Gloria Gaynor. I can survive. Yeah. Hey, don't watch the news if you want to be happier. Yeah, I'm making some graphics up about voting that you guys are going to be seeing over the next few months. But I'm not going to dig into it. It's just going to be, I'm going to make up some signs that say vote for love, vote for unity, stuff like that. Yeah. Bill, still watching and waiting for that video on working from home. Lenora Wilson, okay. Let me crank that up. Holy moly. You don't have to pay U.S. taxes if live in Mexico. Um, talk to your accountant, but there's this form. It's called 2555. And if you're not making $96,000 a year, they don't ask you to pay, but talk to your accountant. I'm not an accountant. All right, y'all. Wow, we've been at this almost 2 hours. Let me check my list. Let me check out this over here real quick. See if I missed anything over here. Did I show all my pictures? Okay. Okay, that's it, folks. We've been there and back. We've been there and back. Wow, what a day. What a Saturday. Let's see what's going on now. Matthews, how do you get social there? How do you get social? What? Like, does that mean how do you party here? Oh, you must be like Social Security money. I got a letter down here from Social Security when I was living in Guadalajara. My landlord from Puerto Vallarta got a letter from Social Security for me. And I said, okay, open it up, see what it says. And he read it to me. It said, oh, you're eligible now for Social Security and you can get these dollars. I said, okay. So I was living in Guadalajara. So I initiated getting my Social Security check in Guadalajara at the United States Consulate there. You go there. I had to give them all my whatever paperwork that they wanted, blah, blah, blah. It was a Mexican guy that handled my account. He spoke fluent English. I'm going to say all the people that work doing the Social Security stuff in Guadalajara are Mexicans, but they're all college graduates, speak fluent English. He did all my paperwork. And then he got my bank account for direct deposit. And he told me, he says, okay, in 6 weeks on the 4th of the month, you will have your first check deposited into your account. I have a U.S. bank account. And just like he said, I think it was July the 4th. So that I think it showed up on the 5th. And since then, every month, Social Security, that's how I get my social. It is direct deposit every month, and it shows up like clockwork to my United States bank. There you go. Money. Yeah, there you go. That's how that works for me. Lenora Wilson, Bill, watching you and reading the chat is the best part about Saturday morning for me. Lenora, glad to be of service. My job is to extend the good, the holy, and the beautiful, creativity, happiness, joy, and peace. That is my job when I'm awake on the planet. Okay, Pete Carroll. What? No. He was fired this week? No way. Oh well. I guess somebody didn't appreciate his value, right? Oh, you're very welcome, Ms. Matthews. Okay. Ray Garcia, on my trip to Guanajuato, I was surprised on the town street layout. All twisted and alleys, got lost often. It was like a medieval town. Guanajuato is awesome. Yeah, you're twisting and turning. You don't know where you are. But on the way of not knowing where you are, it's all beautiful and all these little restaurants. I love Guanajuato, Ray Garcia. Okay. Okay, now, again, if you're new to the broadcast and you want to contribute to the channel, and we're not live, you're just watching the replay, down in the description, there is a donate button, and you just click that. It takes you into PayPal, and I think I'm going to change that button. There's this other thing you can use, but that takes you to PayPal. You can use PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discovery Card. Now, okie dokie. Okay, now, Jacqueline, watching you is like being in class with Bill Dallas. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Enjoy GDL. Ms. Sam, adios, everyone. Disfruta tu fin de semana. That means enjoy the end of your week. Here we go. SS deposited in a U.S. bank that refunds ATM fees. Yes, exactly. That's how we do it down here. Thanks, Memo. And that's what they call me in Mexico. Have a great week. And I think I'm going to exit next. I think that next weekend, I'm going to do an extended show. We went for 2 hours today. Next weekend, I think I might go for 3 hours. Okay, that's my plan. Next week, I think I'm going for 3 hours. Now, woo! So I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. We make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. Thank all of you for showing up today. Thank you for showing up, sharing information, clicking the like button, donating to the channel so that we can travel and eat tacos and drink beer. Thanks for listening and hanging with us on your Saturday morning. We love you all. This is what we do. It's all about being in Mexico is all about spreading love and joy and cheer and helping one another. So to everyone, I'd like to say adios, hasta luego, and que te vaya bien. Love you all. Bye-bye.